Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Sunday service. We are going to meet just in seated on our mats this morning, and so just finding your comfortable seat, whatever that looks like, whether it's cross-legged or kneeling. And we'll just take the first few moments of our practice and our time together just to really ground down, closing the eyes. And let's turn the backs of the palms downwards onto the knees so that the front of the palms rise to the sky. And this is kind of a symbolic way to sort of open ourselves up to receiving whatever it is that you need to receive today. And then we'll close the eyes down. Lick your lips and swallow. And just allow your spine to grow really, really long, dropping your shoulders down away from their ears. And start to connect with the deepest breath that you have breathed all day, all weekend, perhaps all month. Allowing that prana, that life force energy that is the breath, to fill and empty the body with complete awareness and intention. This practice that we are stepping into together really lends to this idea of being radically present. And so we are using something as simplistic and as automatic as the breath to hone our awareness, so that instead of allowing the mind to wander to and fro, we ground down into this moment, into this vessel, into this moment and what it has to offer. And so let your breath be full. And the palms open up towards the sky as an offering, or as a sort of receptacle for receiving. And if there is anything at all that you feel that you are lacking, this is a beautiful time to just ask that you might receive exactly that which you feel that you are lacking. And it could be something small and immediate, or something overarching, like this idea of peace, inner peace. This is what I've been working with personally, this idea of equanimity. And so can we just ground down in this moment, and in this moment, when we observe what is here, we feel the breath as it moves in and out, this life force filling us with energy. We feel the ground beneath our seats, and we sense the sky above, and we know that in this moment, all is well. And so choosing, as we move through our practice this morning, really to celebrate the support and the serenity of this moment, that we might be present to every moment as they continuously unfold in our lives. Now take your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. And just feel the warmth and the support of your own hands. This support is available to you always. Our ability to show up for ourselves and to self-soothe and self-nurture. This is always available. And just feel into your heart space. And for the next few breaths, I want you to envision that your heart is opening with every single breath in. That instead of allowing what we are witnessing in the world to close our hearts off, that we are going to ask them to continue to open bigger and wider, so we don't shut ourselves off from this idea of love and support, but that instead we embody it for ourselves and step into our lives as this beautiful expression of love and compassion, of metta, loving kindness. Just feeling that heart open with every breath and feeling the support of the hand on the heart. There is a resilience to our heart that has the capacity to witness a tremendous amount of suffering and pain and aching, and yet become stronger. Because the heart accepts that in some way, suffering can be tremendous grace, a catalyst for us to expand and evolve and open up to the mystery of being. Now release your hands down. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. On the inhale, let's sweep the arms up towards the sky. And as we exhale, place the right hand down beside the right hip. Inhale, reach left arm long. And then exhale, bend into the right elbow as you reach left hand over to the right. And a nice big breath in, lift your gaze towards the sky. And as you exhale, sweep left hand down to land on the left side. Inhaling, right arm rises. Exhaling, reach right arm to the left. Bending into the left elbow. And then inhale, lifting your gaze to the sky. And exhale, sweeping right arm to right side. Inhale, left arm rises. And exhale, reach left hand right. Big breath in to lift your gaze. And exhale, left hand lands to the left side. Inhale, right arm rises. Exhale, right arm reaches left. Inhale, look up. And exhale, last round, right hand to the right side. Inhale, arm rises, left arm. Exhale, left reaches right. Inhale, lift your gaze. And exhale, left hand lands on the left side. Inhale, right arm rises. Exhale, reach left. Inhale, lift your gaze. And exhale, land your right hand down. And with the inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. As you exhale, bring your hands together in prayer and rest your thumbs at your third eye. Taking a moment here just to ask that we open ourselves to wisdom. Inhale fully and exhale, hands at heart center. Asking that we might continue to stay open to love. And begin to blink your eyes. And we'll meet on all fours, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips, tucking the toes. Moving through a few rounds of cat-cow as we open the body up. From your neutral tabletop, on your inhale, you'll begin to tilt the pelvis so that the belly begins to spill down towards the floor. And the heart begins to open forwards, feeling that the hands and knees are really rooted in towards the mat. And as you exhale, tuck your tail and round your spine. Gaze towards the knees or the belly. Inhale, lifting the tail, pouring that pelvis forward, lifting the heart. Think about opening the chest, opening the shoulders. Exhale, round the spine. And move with your own breath, finding another 3 rounds. Breathing in to move into that back bend, that cow pose. And breathing out to round the spine, looking for contrast. Contrast is everything. As we breathe in, finding that cow pose, shoulders draw back. Exhale, round the spine, pressing the mat away from the body. Inhale, lifting the tail, gaze forward. And exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, begin to sit back towards the heels. We're going to lift up onto the knees And step the right foot forward. Into low lunge as we allow the hips to shift forward. You might untuck the back toes, pressing down into the tops of the feet. And then as you inhale, lengthen the arms up towards the sky, lifting your gaze perhaps to where the wall meets the ceiling and shifting the hips forward. Breathing into this stability that we're finding for the legs. Melting the shoulders down away from the ears. Maybe licking the lips to swallow, releasing any tension in the jaw. And I invite you to close your eyes throughout this practice as often as you feel sturdy. Turning our gaze inwards, just to observe. How do we handle the ever-changing movements of our lives? Our practice can become a metaphor for the very lives that we are living. Because how we do one thing is how we do all things. Inhale, lift your gaze up towards the sky, and as you exhale, bend your elbows, lifting and opening through the heart, finding these goddess arms. On an inhale, arms rise. And on an exhale, bring your hands to heart center, press into your right foot. So we can shift the hips back, drawing right knee in. And then we'll take the left knee forward. Back toes tucked. Big breath in. And then exhale, sink into that left hip, maybe untucking the back toes and really pressing the tops of the feet down into the mat. On an inhale, arms rise. Shoulders down away from ears, gazing forwards. Allowing your breath to be full. Looking always in any given pose for this idea of balance, which is a combination of strength and ease. Can we look for the same strength and ease in our own lives, moment to moment? Big breath in, lift your gaze. And as you exhale, bend your elbows, open your heart. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, hands to heart center, lifting the hips back. And stepping left knee back in. Let's tuck the toes and sit the heels back towards, or the hips back towards the heels. And then reach your arms long in front for child's pose. And from here, when you're ready, begin to lift your knees, making your way into your first downward facing dog. And take some time to breathe here, allowing the heels to settle towards the mat as you bend into one knee and then the other. Now dropping that awareness inwards to check in with the body. How am I feeling this morning? What does my physical body feel like? And can I observe any types of tightness, any type of limitation? And if so, let's breathe into these areas that might feel tight or restricted. And as we're finding this idea of strength and ease in our downward facing dog, we want to look forward and press into widespread hands, thumb and index finger rooted down as the hips shift back. Knees are as bent as they need to be here in order to get the hips back. So we have the sensation that the torso is really reaching long. Coming into your Ujjayi breath, so it's this beautiful inhale and exhale through the nose. In the exhales, we start to constrict the back of the throat, almost like we were trying to fog up a pane of glass. With the mouth closed, slowing those exhales right down so as to keep our pulse under control. And this is your living metronome for your practice. Really focusing inwards on the breath as we move from place to place. On your next breath in, look forward and begin to walk your feet to meet your hands at the very top of your mat, softening your knees enough that we can bring belly to thighs as we fold forward, grabbing a hold of elbows and allowing head, neck, and shoulders to hang heavy here. Connecting with your breath, with this beautiful prana, this life force that moves in and out of your being, animating you with this very essence of life. Big breath in. And as you exhale, let's take our arms behind our backs, interlacing the fingers. And if it's possible, let's extend knuckles up towards the sky. Now on your next breath in, begin to slowly lift your gaze forward. And then use the arms to draw the body upright into this beautiful open heart. Looking down and making sure that we've got feet about hip bone width apart. Softening through the knees so that the quads engage to support the legs. And turning the palms forward. Inhale, arms rise, lift your gaze towards the sky. Exhale, fold, bringing belly to thighs. Inhale, lifting halfway, straight spine. Exhale, fold, plant your hands and step back to plank pose, breathing in. With your exhale, let's come all the way to the belly, squeezing the ribs with the arms as you lower. Untucking the toes and sliding palms underneath shoulders, pressing into the tops of the feet and the hands. As we loop the shoulders up, back, and down, breathing in. Exhale to lower. Now this time, let's come onto our fingertips, lifting elbows up to the sky. You might even prefer to take a nice wide stance, bringing hands off the mat, elbows lifted high. And then as we inhale, press into fingertips, lift the heart. Legs are strong, tops of the feet press down, heart is opening. Exhale, let's lower our third eye, this point of wisdom, all the way down towards the mat. And on your inhale, one last time to press into the fingertips, lifting the heart. Your beautiful open heart. Exhale to lower. Taking palms beside the ribs, tucking toes, and pressing back, hips to heels, child's pose. Downward facing dog. Reconnecting with your Ujjayi breath as we find a nice sturdy balance between strength and ease. BKS Iyengar was quoted to say that perfection in asana, which is our yoga poses, is achieved when the effort to achieve them becomes effortless. This is a beautiful way to look at the practice, that it's not necessarily about achieving a perfect aesthetic pose, but it's more about the journey becoming effortless, that your body becomes one with the poses. And this is the ideal of merging mind, body, spirit, that your whole life and all of your actions might be an offering of meditation. Inhale, look forward, soften your knees and step to the top of the mat, forward fold, belly to thighs. Inhale, hands to shins, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, lift your gaze to follow your fingers. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the palms. Again, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold belly to thighs, planting your hands and stepping back to plank pose, breathing in. Knees down or straight legs, your choice. Exhaling to lower either all the way to the belly or halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana. Untucking the toes and lifting the heart into your cobra or your upward facing dog. Exhale, sliding the hips back. Downward dog. Reconnect. Breathing in and out through the nose.
allowing presence to fill all of the empty spaces in your practice. That your awareness is connected to this moment, and this moment alone. As Eckhart Tolle says, that the future is this elusive idea that doesn't actually exist, but that the future only ever occurs as a now moment. And if we spend so much time projecting our minds into the future that has yet to happen, we aren't living now. Inhale, look forward, soften your knees and step or hop to the top of your mat, forward fold, belly to thighs. Inhale, hands to shins, lift halfway, straight spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, lift your gaze. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release your palms. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. This idea of bowing to the sun that gives life to the world. Hands to shins, lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back on your inhale to plank. Exhale, move through your vinyasa, elbows to your ribs as you lower all the way to the ground or halfway. Inhaling into your upward dog or cobra. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Reconnecting to your body, to your breath, to this moment. Inhale to lift your right leg to the sky. And as you exhale, bring your right knee into your belly, round your spine, and step, hop, or help the right foot between the hands. Lower the back knee down, untuck the toes, inhale, arms rise. And as we exhale, bend into the elbows, lift the heart. Inhale, arms rise, straight spine. Exhale, bend the elbows, lift the heart. Inhale, arms rise, straight spine. Exhale, bend the elbows, lift the heart. Inhale, arms rise. As we exhale, tuck the left toes, lift the back knee. And we'll begin to open the arms, sliding the back heel down and in, so outer edges of the left foot are parallel with the mat. Warrior two. Shoulders down away from ears. Palms facing the floor. And wrists in line with shoulders. Shoulders in line with hips. Take your gaze forward, looking over the right fingertips. This is your steady, strong warrior two, the spiritual warrior. The spiritual warrior that maintains this idea of inner peace, of equanimity. This is a mental calmness, even in the face of challenge. Big breath in. And as you exhale, exalted warrior, left hand to left leg, arm rises, right arm reaches to the sky and overhead, turning pinky edge down. Exhale, sink into your right knee. Inhale fully. Exhale, let's bring right elbow to right knee, left arm reaches forwards. Inhale here. Exhale, exalted warrior, left hand, left leg, right arm reaches up and over. Inhale, right elbow, right knee, left arm reaches forward. Exhale, exalted, left arm back, right arm up and overhead. Last time. Inhale, right elbow, right knee, left arm reaches forward. Exhale, exalted warrior. Inhale here. And as you exhale, windmill the hands down, planting the hands and stepping back to your plank pose. Exhale to lower through all the way or halfway. Inhaling to lift the heart. And exhaling to send the hips back. Downward facing dog. Reconnecting to your body, to your breath, to this moment. How do we weather the storm? Watching your mind as we move through some of these postures that might offer a little bit of challenge or discomfort. Your next inhale, sweep your left leg to the sky. As you exhale, left knee to the belly, round the spine, step, hop, or hop left foot forward. Back knee comes down, untuck the toes, inhale, arms rise. So really pressing into the top of your right foot for stability and balance here. Reaching the arms up high as we sink the hips low. Shoulders away from ears. Releasing tension that we might be building in the jaw, the throat. Inhale fully to reach tall with the fingertips. Exhale, bend the elbows, lift the heart. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, open the heart, elbows bend. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. And then exhale, open up, warrior two on the other side. So spinning the back heel down and in so that we've got a nice long straight line parallel to the edge of the mat. Wrists kind of stack the ankles, shoulders stack the hips. Sink into your left knee and gaze forward over your left fingertips. Can you channel your inner warrior? This part of you that is able to be rooted and grounded into something that's bigger and more powerful than your separateness. Can you ground down into the collective wholeness, the collective oneness from which we all came? And from there, we draw sustenance and inner peace. Big breath in. And as you exhale, right hand to right leg, left arm reaches up and overhead. Inhale fully. Then exhale, left elbow to left knee, reach right arm forward, turning pinky edge down, and really sliding the shoulder into its socket. Inhale, right arm, right leg, left arm rises. Exhale, left elbow, left knee, right arm reaches forward. Inhale, exalt your warrior. Exhale, left elbow, left knee, right arm reaches forward. Inhale, exalt your warrior. Exhale, left elbow, left knee. Inhale, exalt your warrior. And as you exhale, let's bring the hands down. Low runner's lunge. Step back, inhale to plank pose. Exhale to lower, elbows to the ribs. Cobra or upward dog on your inhale. And exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Taking 5 breaths to reconnect with your breath, with your awareness, with your body, and with the present moment. You are here. And here in this moment, you are safe and nourished and supported. Pressing into widespread hands. The very hands that equip you to take action in this life. Sinking the heels heavy. The very feet that take you from point A to point B. Breathing into this self-sufficient mechanism, this body, this vehicle for human experience. As you inhale, look forward, soften your knees and step or hop to the top of the mat, forward fold, belly to thighs. Maybe finding a little bit more freedom in your fold. Hands to shins, lift halfway, straight spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, hands to heart center. Release the palms. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower through, all the way to the belly or halfway. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, Downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. Inhale, sweep the right leg to the sky. And as we exhale, bring the knees into the belly, round the spine, and step that right foot forward. Pulling the back heel down and in. Warrior one, arms rise. Now, you may take a sweater or a sock or a strap if you have one here. We're going to begin to take the hands just behind us. And if interlacing the fingers feels possible for the shoulders, great. If not, this is where we bring a little bit of support from either a sock or a blanket or a strap. Thinking about the shoulders lifting up, back, and down. And lengthening the arms if we can. Now, if we have the full grip of the hands, we might find Kali Mudra, which brings the two pointer fingers together as we interlace the others. And Kali is the goddess of really, she's fierce. It's said that she eats suffering for breakfast. So she is this resilient, fierce warrior goddess. And let's embody that as we inhale, lift the heart, maybe extending arms away from the back leg. And as we exhale, let's surrender, folding forward, right shoulder to the inside of right knee, pointing that mudra or knuckles up towards the sky. Inhale to rise up, facing our challenges head on, and exhaling to surrender, bowing forward, right shoulder to the inside of right knee, arms rise, pointing that mudra up towards the sky. Inhale to rise up, always rising if we get knocked down, and exhaling to fold, right shoulder to the inside of right knee. Last time on the inhale, let's rise, unwind the arms, sweep them to the sky. And as we exhale, bring hands together at heart center. Big breath in. And begin to lift the back heel, sliding the right hip back. Lift and lengthen your spine. And as we exhale, let's begin to just gently twist towards the right. We might take the left elbow down to find the right knee. Can you straighten and support that back leg? Breathing in and out through the nose. Big breath in. And on our exhale, let's unwind. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale to fold, low runner's lunge. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower, elbows to ribs. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Reconnecting to your breath. Deepening the inhales and lengthening the exhales. Allowing shoulders to move away from ears. Keeping the breath steady. And reconnecting to your breath, your body, the present moment. On your next breath in, left leg rises. Exhale, drawing left knee into the belly, rounding the spine and stepping that left foot between the hands as we pull the right heel down and in. Inhale, arms rise, warrior one. Shoulders down away from ears as we sink into that front left leg. Breathing in and out through the nose. Relax the jaw, soften the face. Find that ujjayi breath, those audible exhales. Now again, we'll release the hands, interlacing them behind the back, maybe finding the opposite interlace of last time if you can. And again, if this is not comfortable, we don't force it. This is where we find a strap or a sock or a sweater, something that we can just hold between each hand. Now again, if you have the interlace, you might find the mudra pointing those fingers together. Inhale, lift the heart, sink into the left knee. And exhale, fold. Bringing left shoulder to the inside of left knee. Mudra or knuckles to the sky.
Inhale, rising up to face all of our challenges and our fears head on. And then exhaling to surrender our control, folding forward. Inhaling to rise up with strength and power. And exhaling to fold into the strongest possible vulnerability. Inhale to rise up. Last time, exhale to fold. This time on our inhale, as we rise up, sweep the arms to the sky. Begin to lift the back heel, coming into your crescent lunge, hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And as we exhale, begin to twist to the left. Again, maybe offering right elbow to left knee. And we straighten and strengthen the back knee. Next breath in. Exhaling out of our twist. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, fold, low runner's lunge. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, elbows to ribs as we lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Reconnecting to your breath, to your body, to the prana that's filling and animating the body. It's life force breath. Deepening the inhales and lengthening the exhales. And with our next breath in, look forward, soften the knees, and step or hop to the top of the mat, forward fold, belly to thighs. Hands to shins, inhale, lift, halfway, straight spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, hands to heart center. Release the palms. On the next breath in, sweep the arms to the sky, lift your gaze. Exhale, fold. Belly to thighs. Inhale, lifting halfway, straight spine. Exhale to fold, plant your hands and step back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. And inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, send your hips back. Downward facing dog. And then let's bring the knees down. Untuck the toes and sit the hips back towards the heels, child's pose. Bowing in our child's pose to our own inner sun, to the very consciousness that animates the body. This is the consciousness, the life force, the spark that is detected even in the earliest stages of pregnancy. And this essence of life existed before the body, before the personality, before all of the experiences. And from this place, this is the oneness that we speak of. This is the place that we are all one. In the place where we are an energetic expression of awareness prior to the body, prior to the personality, prior to all of the preferences, the likes and dislikes, the opinions, the knowledge, the biases, all of it. Big breath in. And as we exhale, let's drag our heavy hands back towards seated on the heels. And then bring hands together in prayer and lift the hips up high, tucking the toes. Now, as we move into the development of becoming who we think we are, we learn a lot of things and we come to believe that we are separate from all of our brothers and sisters in humanity.
But when we root back into this idea, this essence, that there was life before the body even existed, this is how we find a common ground. Big breath in. And with the exhale, let's place the hands towards the low back, the sacrum. This big kind of bone that connects the hips to the spine. Shoulders up, back, and down. Elbows moving towards one another, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lengthen your spine and softly just press the hips forward. And as we exhale, let's drop the shoulders back, hips move forward as shoulders come back. Finding our beautiful open-hearted Ustrasana camel pose. And really breathing into this idea that we might be able to open our hearts just a little bit more, enough to find more compassion for those that we are indifferent to or perhaps in opposition of. Opening just enough that we might cultivate more love and understanding and forgiveness for those that we don't necessarily see eye to eye with. And very, very slowly on your exhale, begin to rise to a straight spine, sitting hips back towards the heels and resting palms on the thighs, allowing the spine just to settle into neutral as we close the eyes. You may even place left hand on the heart, right hand on the belly, and breathe deeply. Your separateness is just an illusion, because the core of who and what you are is the same essence of life from which we all spring. And as we face our fears collectively, this is a beautiful time to really open up to the impermanence of the separate self, and perhaps anchor into the infinite expression of who we really are. Is this pure consciousness, pure awareness. Now inhale, let's rise back up onto the knees, bringing the hands towards the low back, shoulders up, back, and down, elbows moving towards one another. Big breath in to lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, pressing the hips forward, reaching the shoulders back. And if full camel is in your practice, you might take fingers towards heels, keeping those hips moving forward. And breathing deeply here as every single inhale has the opportunity to open the heart just a little bit more. Can we open the heart enough to transcend the differences that are plaguing our society? Can we open our heart enough to find common ground? There is so much opportunity in the present moment for us as a species, but we need pilgrims to lead the way. We need light bearers to hold the torch. Last big breath in, bringing hands back towards the hips, and very, very slowly rising all the way up, sitting hips onto the heels, and placing palms on the thighs, or again, left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly. Breathe. Taking your gaze inwards and really scanning the heart for any places where we might be rigid or tight or closed off from love, from possibility, from the goodness in this world. And it's said that where attention goes, energy follows. And so as we look for the places within us that we have built barriers against love, energy follows, and we begin to illuminate these areas, opening them up to transform them. Big breath in. And as we exhale, begin to walk the hands down, coming into tabletop position, untucking the toes, and sitting the hips back towards the heels for child's pose, extending the arms long. Breathing into this beautiful long spine. Feeling your heart expand at the back of the body as you breathe in. Closing the eyes and directing your gaze inwards. That's your core. You are equanimous awareness. You are the still, quiet voice within that has no preferences for or against, but just witnesses. And it is tempting to get sucked into the drama that is unfolding all around us. But instead, I invite you to grow roots, to anchor into this notion of awareness, of unity, of connection. Big breath in. Begin to lift your gaze here, coming up onto your fingertips. And as you exhale, let's walk the fingers all the way right. And then begin to settle into a child's pose in this way. Perhaps even taking your left hand to your right elbow, forearm, wrist, or the top of your right hand. And breathing into the left side body as we open up the ribs, the intercostal muscles, the left lung. Notice what exactly it is that you're feeling here. Relaxing your jaw, your face, any tension in your mind, any worries or struggles. Just be here. There's time enough to deal with our struggles later. Inhaling to lift your gaze. And exhale, let's walk the hands all the way over to the left side. Again, maybe taking right hand to left elbow, forearm, wrist, or the top of the left hand. We fold into child's pose. Breathing into the right side body. Expanding the right ribs. Filling the right lungs. And just being present to this moment, to what you're feeling and sensing within yourself. The more that we anchor in to ourselves, the more trust that we build, the more of a sanctuary that we create, the more of a refuge we can come back to at any time that we need it. Big breath in. Lift your gaze. And exhale, walk hands forward. Now from here, we're going to bring hands closer to the knees, lifting the hips and tucking the toes. We're going to place the top of the head down on the mat as close to the knees as we can get it. Your hands can come towards your heels if you have arms long enough to reach, or we can take hands just behind the thighs as we begin to lift the hips high. Nice rounded spine, breathing into that kind of cat-like shape for the spine here. Taking more pressure on the knees and toes than on the base of the head. Big breath in. And as we exhale, sit the hips back towards the heels. Let's untuck the toes. And we'll swing the legs around towards the front. Removing extra flesh from the sit bones. And taking hands about one hand length just behind the hips. Resting on the hands so that we can open the heart here, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Legs are strong. And on the breath in, we'll begin to lift the hips, point the toes, finding reverse plank, gazing up towards the sky. Feel the strength here as we lift the hips. And then as we exhale, look towards the toes, flex the ankles, lower the hips all the way down. Inhale, arms rise. Then exhale, let's fold forward, hinging at the hips, and allowing the arms to rest in any place that feels comfortable. Now, can we place the fingertips down, and on the inhale, lift and lengthen the spine, just like that standing half lift fold. And then as we exhale, can we fold with a straight spine? Surrendering the weight of the body down into the legs. Allowing this forward fold to be symbolic of really the strength that it requires for us to allow ourselves to be vulnerable. The collective information that we're all processing currently has us in a place where we might be feeling out of control. This is a really beautiful time to look at the idea of control that has really always been an illusion, because there's only so much control that we've ever had. Life is unfolding all around us. Can we be present and open to the mystery without having to control it? Can we surrender to the moment and be vulnerable, which requires formidable strength? It is stronger to be vulnerable than it is to be strong. Big breath in. And as we exhale, let's drag heavy arms all the way up to seated and begin to slowly make our way onto the back. We're going to settle right into a Shavasana here. And if there's anything that your body needs before taking it, please feel free. We're going to close with a few minutes of meditation after we've completed our Shavasana. So looking for the most comfortable place for you to recline. Any variation for the arms, perhaps a hand on the heart, a hand on the belly, maybe arms wide. And as you arrive in your Shavasana, take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And then sigh it out, exhale. Lick your lips and swallow. Relaxing your jaw. Releasing the tension in your physical body. Releasing the tension in your emotional body. Settling into the safety and the abundance of this present moment. Very, very slowly, beginning to invite your breath more intentionally back into your body. Deepening your inhales, lengthening your exhales. And inviting some small movements into your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. Perhaps finding a nice long stretch, arms overhead, toes in the opposite direction. Using the next few breaths to find any additional movement that the body might be asking for now. If you would prefer to stay reclined for your meditation, please feel free.
Although if you're okay to come to seated, let's meet there. Taking your time to help the body all the way up to seated. Perhaps coming to seat on a block or a folded blanket that might lift your hips and make sitting cross-legged a little bit more comfortable. Now again, we're going to turn the backs of the hands down onto the legs so that the palms face forward and high to the sky, opening up to receive. And I want you to close your eyes and just envision from the base of your spine that there are 7 various energy points that reside along the spine. They each have a different symbolism, but they are colored in the colors of the rainbow, Roy G. Biv, from red at the base of the spine to violet at the crown of the spine. Now with eyes closed, we're just going to focus our breathing and use the breath as a tool for our meditation. And on the breath in, I want you to envision that we can draw energy and sustenance from the base of the spine and raise it up through each energy center to the crown of the head and up to the cosmos, this infinite source of creation. And then with our exhales, we'll take all of that beautiful life force energy back through the crown of the head and down the various energy centers, rooting into the ground, creating this beautiful anchoring, this beautiful energetic anchor to keep us grounded and protected. And so for the next few breaths, inhaling, drawing energy from the root all the way up through the crown chakra to the cosmos, and exhaling to seal that energy, bringing it back down. You might envision a bright white light traveling up and down through the spine. Inhaling to raise that energy. Exhaling to ground it in. Getting a few breaths like this on your own. Allowing this practice to be symbolic of the fact that we are in this world, but we are not of this world. Allowing this to serve as a place from which we can cultivate inner peace, equanimity, the ability to weather the storm. You begin to bring your hands together at heart center. We're going to close our practice this morning by chanting Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Feeling free to repeat all of this in your mind's eye, but the vibration of the chant is very powerful. And so if you're not sure what it is, just follow along with me. Shanti is the Sanskrit word for peace. And when we repeat it in a mantra, we offer it as an offering, first to ourselves, second to our families, our loved ones, those in our lives, and lastly to the collective consciousness, to the world at large, which is such a beautiful, powerful offering right now. So bring hands together, and we'll start with Om, but let's take a clearing breath first, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathe in for Om. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank Thank you so much, everyone, for joining this morning, for taking the time to really carve this out for your own well-being. I appreciate you being here. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend, and I hope to see you soon.